Right, happy Monday, October 24th, everybody. Thank you for hopping on. We're going to talk about one of my favorite topics today, Smile and Dial and your Elevate marketing. Now, uh, we haven't talked about this in a while, and the thing that I've seen indoors is you guys, majority of doors, so not necessarily specifically people on the call, but majority of doors aren't executing the way we once had when we had it a focus. This should be just part of your daily routine, like opening your doors, your opening duties, your closing duties. Your smile and dial should be a part of your daily routine, and having your campaign sent should be a part of your daily routine. And honestly, I'm seeing the execution waning, right? So I wanted to have a call and talk about this and make sure you guys are taking advantages, because this is a resource you guys do pay for every month that comes with your subscriptions to Elevate to really maximize on your sales opportunities, especially when I hear dealers tell me, man, it's been slow. Are your other doors slow? I'll tell them, open your smile dial. How many calls did you make today? You know, if you're not making calls to drive your traffic in, what are you doing when you do have those slow times to get those customers into your door? And the number one thing is smile and dial. So with that said, can you guys see my screen okay? And can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Good. Make sure I wasn't talking to myself for the last couple of minutes. Very good. All right, guys. Go ahead. Was there someone else that might have a question before we get started? Nope. Okay, first, I want to talk about the Elevate marketing. So anyone on this call, there are a couple different types of users you could be when you're in Elevate. If you're an admin, you have the opportunity to set your Elevate marketing campaigns. If you don't see Elevate marketing available in your view, you might be listed as just a user to make your smile and dial calls. So if you're not, don't have that admin status, and no one in your door is sending these campaigns, raise your hand. Have your manager, or you can talk to us. We can help kind of get those credentials for you. But anyone who's a manager or the owner of your account can go in there and simply edit your credentials and make you an admin user, which would then allow you to send these campaigns out for all your doors. Doesn't matter if you're a one door location, a 2-door location, a 15-door location. Everyone can send these campaigns out as long as you have that access. And again, if you don't see that option available, you can reach out to your manager or your owner and ask them to make you an admin. So why is this so important? Well, there's a few things. These things update every single month. And it updates not only like your landing page. So if someone goes to boostmobile.com and clicks on your store, you can have a compelling landing page that will have whatever that current promotion is. So if it's an iPhone promotion, if we have something coming up for Black Friday, if we have something coming up for Christmas, whatever that promotion is, you can customize your guys' landing pages to have those offers showing, right? Again, this is free. There's nothing else there. On top of that, you can send email campaigns and text message campaigns to all of your doors. So when you have a specific offer out there that it's pre-approved by Boost, so you know it's good to go, you can email every single customer, which is why it's so important when you guys are signing people up at point of sale, you're capturing these emails accurately, because you're going to email blast all those customers. And you can smile and dial, you can SMS them or text message them, as well as make your smile and dial calls. Any questions on this? So again, if you're a regular user, you might only see the smile and dial. But if you get those credentials to where you can get to admin, that's where you can customize your landing page, customize your email, and customize your SMS for all the pre-approved messages. So just kind of an example of what it looks like on these landing pages, right? So if you go to www.boostmobile.com, of course, and click on your store, you'll see the phone number, store address, store hours, and any social media you might want to have posted. So whatever that messaging is of the day, you can have that posted right there to your homepage. It's a simple click. It is so easy. You just click on there at landing page, set it for your store, done. It's where your managers and dealer owners can add and store specific promos. So there's a specific promo you want to run for your location. Again, this is right there on your Elevate marketing landing page. Now, the big key, smile now. This is where I really want to talk to you guys, because we're just missing the boat. We were crushing this The goal for dealers, it was 20 calls a day, right? That's an aggressive goal. Set that goal a minimum of 10 calls per day. If you're not making 10 calls per day, you're not really making the most of your opportunity to drive that traffic into your store. This is so quick. It's so easy to get those customers to come in. You can pitch ACP. You can pitch Ad Alliance. You can pitch whatever the best offer your store has with a quick phone call. And no other carrier has this. This is specific just to Boost Mobile. Cricket doesn't have it. Metro doesn't have it. So if you guys aren't utilizing this, then you're really missing the boat. So why do they call it Smile and Dial? Well, they look at smile. Smile is a verb, right? It's a form one's features into a pleasant, kind, or amused expression, typically with the corners of the mouth turned up and the teeth exposed. And dial, of course, is a call phone number using a keypad or touchscreen. So that Smile and Dial is combining those two things, right? And why do they call it Smile and Dial? Because smiles are contagious. You can literally hear it through their phone. If I call you, hey, how's it going? This is Adam from Boost. Just want to give you a courtesy call, check and see how your day's going, right? You can kind of hear that positivity. You can feel that smile coming through even a phone line. Even though you can't see it, you can hear it. If you're calling a customer on your Smile and Dial list, hey, this is Adam over at Boost at Main Street. Just want to check and see how your service is going, right? Two totally different tones in that initial greeting. So when you're making your Smile and Dial calls, have that smile on your face when you make it. I know it sounds a little cheesy, but it's just effective, right? These are tools that are going to help you sell, help customers feel warm, feel welcome, and want to come in and talk to you. I always say my wife has two voices. Whenever she's talking to customer care, I'm like, who's that? You never talk that nice to me when you're talking to me. She has that, oh, hi, how can I help you? Oh, yes, thank you so much. She has that voice that just, you can, her smile's infectious. You can feel it through the phone. This is what you guys, the goal is for you to do when you're utilizing Smile and Dial. So again, this is only a Boost exclusive offer. So if you guys have gotten off the path of making your calls every day, or you kind of let it slip, now's the time to re-engage. It's a system that allows you guys to legally reach out to all your customers for satisfaction, follow-up, selling. So this is going to help your 3MR. This is going to help your sales. This is going to help your ad line. This is going to help your ACP. I mean, I'd be calling all my buckets. Like for me, if I'm working in a store, 20 is going to be my minimum per day until I'm out of leads. And to that point, if you think you're out of leads, there are new leads loaded every single week. You guys have that Griffin dialer out there. It scrubs against the nationwide do not call list. So there's never fear of calling a number that you are not allowed to call. Now, I will say if you do call a customer and they ask you to be put on that do not call list, you do have that option within Smile and Dial as well. So kind of the whiff them, what's in it for you guys, right? If you consider that old proverb, you give a person a fish and they'll eat for a day, teach a person a fish, they'll eat for a lifetime. So using Smile and Dial enables that same activity to fish for those customers instead of waiting on them. So you can call and drive that business into your location. And I'll give you some tips and tricks to hunt the most effectively way possible, or fish the most effectively way possible with the best bait that's going to make sure those customers come into your store. A lot of benefits from that outbound calling. You can call, your welcome call, your pre-month 2, your third-month check-in. To systematically, continuously reach out to those customers. If you think about it, we got a lot of Boost stores out there, right? And you want your customers to be loyal to you. So if you reach out to them every month, you touch on them, you chat with them, you're going to build that personal relationship where they're only going to want to do business with you. By talking to your customers regularly in the 90 days, you build that loyal customer base that's more likely to return for the third payment and beyond. More than that, they're going to come in when they want to upgrade, when they want to do Ad Alliance, all those offers through you in your store. So if you ever have a slow sales day or no sales day, I would definitely say, if I'm a manager who happens to be on this call right now, and you got a sales rep that has no sales for a store for a day, how many calls did you make? Likewise, if you're a sales rep on this call and you're having a slow sales day, how many calls did you make? Because if you're just sitting there, we're not here to fill seats, right? We're here to make money. My goal when I train you guys is to make you guys as much money as possible. So when I'm talking about Smile and Dial, I'm giving you tools that's going to drive cash right into your pockets. It's going to help those customers come in. It's going to help you sell more. You're going to make more commission. You're going to drive your second and third month payment. You're going to improve your relationship with customers where you can have, and I've seen it firsthand. Customers will come into your store and you help them. You've done your Smile Dial calls with them, and like they'll have 3 or 4 people in the store, and I'll be doing a visit. Hey, my name's Adam. Can I help you today? Oh, actually, I worked with Sarah earlier. She actually called me, and I'm going to wait for her. I'm like, okay, great. That's fantastic. So Sarah made a positive impression with that customer, where they only work with her because they have that trust and they have that relationship. And those are some of the other advantages you get from that Smile Dial. It's going to help you with referrals. It's going to help you to do your upselling. So you're doing that total complete sale, your sale plus protection, a case, a screensaver, everything in there. Stay connected with your customers. Smile Dial is so important to do this. So how to use it, very, very important. As we're coming up on now, STAR training has been replaced with, I believe it's called ULearn now. And there is the new DNC training that should be available for you guys now to take. Every rep at your store has to take the new DNC training. It is a requirement. If you do not take it, and this is something you guys have to do yearly. If you do not take it, if one employee in your store does not take it, you will be locked out of Smile Dial. You will not get any leads until your store is listed compliant. So very important, you guys go into the new training system and you take that DNC training to become compliant. On top of that, if you are a new rep, not only have to take the DNC training, but you also have to take the Smile Dial training. Now, the yearly certificate currently is just a DNC one. So if you guys that are on this call have taken it in the past, you do need to take it again now. The Smile Dial is just kind of a one-time training, but if you're new, both of them have to be completed. If your rep has been around for a while, you just need to redo your DNC. So users who are tasked with that outbound calling must have their own unique Elevate login and password, and this helps accountability. You can see which rep made which calls. So there's a lot of call groups out there. So whether it's the welcome and pre-second month check-in, your 3rd or 4th month check-in, your pre-6 month, your loyalty boxes. So anyone from 6 months to 2 years, 2 years to 5 years, and 5 years or more. Or maybe there's a promotional group. At one point, we had the SDN SIM swap groups, right? So these things can always update and evolve. Obviously, we don't have that SDN SIM swap group anymore because the old network has sunsetted. But when there's any kind of new group that's important, they're added in there as well. But it's a great way for you guys to see your customers. And some of the boxes I really focus on is, one, your 3rd month check-in customers, because you really want to make sure they come in and make that 3rd month payment. And then any of your loyalty boxes, because those customers who are in your loyalty boxes, 6 months to 2 years is bronze, 2 to 5 years is silver, 5 years or more is gold. 1, it's been a long time since they may have heard an ACP pitch. 2, you can check their upgrade eligibility. Maybe you can pitch them an upgrade on top of their add-line of their ACP, right? And 3, these are your most loyal customers. So any kind of special offer and any kind of re-engagement with them to help them drive them back into your store is very important. When you make your outbound calls, how do you do this? It's very easy. You go into your Smile Dial, you click on outbound call, then you're going to click on call manager. That'll then allow you to select a location. So if you work in multiple stores, you can select multiple stores. Or if maybe your dealership has multiple stores, but you only work at one, they can edit it. So you can only call that one store. But you can also have that option. If you do want to call other stores, that's fine as well. Now, my thought is, obviously, I'm going to want to call the store that I'm working at, but some reps travel around from different locations and will call on different location stores, right? So you go to outbound calling, you click on call manager, and then you're going to see the dialog box that's going to pop up to generate the list of those customers. And it'll tell you if they have been called or if they haven't been called. Now, one thing I want to point out here, if you're happen to be online and looking at it, you'll see there's boxes down there on the list where it talks about phone type, it talks about plan, rather. It talks about family plans, and all the stuff's right here for you, right? So those top boxes, like phone type, for example, or next bill date, these are all sortable or editable. So one thing I like to do is I like to go to where the plan section is and click on it and sort it so I can see everyone who's on a $50 family plan. Now, why would I be sorting by every individual who's on a $50 family plan? The main thing there is, if you think about our ACP offer, if a customer has one line for $50, you can call that customer and you can offer them 2 lines for $50 a month, right? So the same bill they're paying now, they can have 2 lines of service. So this is a major key. Sort by the $50 plan, call those customers, and you can say, hey, this is Adam over at Boost at 123 Main Street. Just want to give you a courtesy call, check and see how your service is working. You know, if they have an objection, you overcome it. Otherwise, they say, oh, it's fine. Hey, Gray, I see you have the iPhone 11 with us. You're on a $50 plan. We actually have a great government promotion going on right now. It's called ACP, the Affordable Connectivity Plan. Do you have anyone in your family who might have SNAP, WIC, or Medicaid? If so, I could get you a second line of service and keep your bill at that $50 per month. Do you know anyone who might qualify? You know, so that's a quick, easy pitch. Took less than 15 seconds to get that pitch out. And now, if they say yes, great, come on in and see us. Can you be here Tuesday or Wednesday? The mornings or afternoons work better. Schedule that appointment. If they say no, like, oh, do you have any family or friends who might qualify for that offer? Ask for that referral. If they still say no again, don't just end the call there. Pivot to your Adeline sale. No worries. We also have a great Adeline opportunity. I can get you a line of service that has everything you have in your $50 plan for only $30 a month. Do you have anyone in your family who might need an Adeline of service? I can get you a $200 phone for as low as $25 currently. Right? So I'm always going to try to give 2 pitches when I make my outbound calls. So when you get to that list, again, you can sort by the phone type or sort by the plan to hunt and fish most effectively. Sorting by that plan will allow you to see the ones that are just on the 50, and you can give your script accordingly. Now, yes, there are scripts when you make your smile and dial calls, but I always say customize it and make it your own. I never have read a script verbatim on smile and dial ever, and I have a lot of success. I'm happy to do these calls when we're in store with you. Any of your DCI account managers would be happy to make a call in store with you as well, just to kind of see the ease and the flow of it, where it's very quick and very easy. All right, so kind of just the how-tos if you haven't made calls before, if you're brand new to this. So you get on that dialog box, you see your list, you'll see there's a call button on the far right-hand side. Once you click on that call button, the number's going to pop up, but if you notice, it's all X'd out. So what you're going to need to do is click on Show Number. Once you show number, that whole number is going to pop up, but another major key, don't just dial that number directly. You cannot dial that number directly because that does not utilize the Griffin tool, okay? And again, the Griffin tool is what scrubs it against the do not call list, which avoids any violations from the federal government for calling a customer who is on a list not to be called. So very important you follow these steps. So when you show the number, if you scroll down, you'll see your call instructions. Every call you make has to follow this exact same path, okay? So you dial the 877-489-0322 to make your outbound call. Then it's going to prompt you for your PIN, which you'll see on the screen here below. You'll see a big 6-digit PIN, and the PIN is unique for every call you make, okay? So you dial the 800 number, the 877 number. It's going to ask you for that PIN. In this case, it's 816788. You enter the PIN, you press pound. Then it's got you for your campaign ID. Campaign ID is always 20 pound. Then it'll say, please enter the customer's phone number. That is when you enter the number and press pound, and it'll make the call. So that's going to give you that call path. Let me go through it one more time. Call the 800 number of the Griffin dialer. It'll say enter your PIN. You enter that unique PIN for each call, so unique for everyone. Then it'll say enter campaign ID. Campaign ID for all Boost doors is always 20, so 20 pound. And then you dial that number. That is how you make a call using the Griffin dialer correctly. It may seem like a few steps, but this is actually very quick. It's very easy. It does not take much time at all. Like I say, real world scenario. If I did an 877-489, and I'll just do it on my phone, it won't go through because my codes won't work because this is just a training one. But I just want to show you how quick this would be, right? So 877-489-0322. So you send your call. This will be you enter your PIN pound. Now it's say, and so this PIN doesn't work, right? Now say enter your campaign ID. You'd hit 20 pound. You would do that. Then it'll say please dial the number. You dial the number, right? So again, it's 10 seconds. Like it seems like there's a lot of steps. This is a 10-second process to get this done. Very quick, very easy. So once you're making that call, Again, don't forget to smile because that smile is contagious. It changes your voice, makes you sound more pleasant, more approachable. It really does. It seems silly, but even when I talk, like when I'm like kind of smiling, I think you can hear it through these calls. You just sound more pleasant, more approachable. Make sure you introduce yourself and the store you're calling from. This is a key, right? So if you notice kind of on the practice calls I've been making for you guys, I go, hey, this is Adam over at 123 Main Street. One thing I haven't said, or maybe I did, but you want to make sure you're not a telemarketer. So, hey, this is Adam over at 123 Main Street. You bought your iPhone 11 from us. Just want to give you a courtesy call, check and see your service is working. So I'm doing a few things there. I'm saying my name. I'm giving my store address, so I don't sound like a bill collector, and I'm telling them what phone they bought from us, right? Because as you saw on the previous screen, it'll tell you what phone that customer has. Like this customer in the example had an iPhone 11. So you'll know what phone's in their hands. So, you bought your whatever the phone model is from us. And then I always set up as a courtesy call. Just want to give you a courtesy call, check and see how your service is working. And why do I do that? Well, I want to make it that customer, I want to make them feel special. I'm going to make them feel important. Like they're like, wow, this person's really just calling to see how my service is working. That's fantastic customer service. This is someone I want to work with. Now, obviously, I have a goal to get a sale out of this call, but I never start with it. I always start with this is a courtesy call to check and see how your service is working. Everything good? And from there, if they have a concern, if they have an issue, I can address it. And if they don't, then that's great. Then I'm going to pivot into my sales issue or my sales pitch rather. And if they do have an issue, I'll address what their issue is, and I'll still pivot into my sales opportunity. Okay, so yeah, then continue to national or local offers. So you see they have these offers here, and these offers are going to be up there in your screen. But I would say make that pitch your own. I like to pitch mainly on ACP number 1, Adeline number 2. And then I could do upgrade number 3. To be honest, if I'm calling those legacy blocks, I can take one extra step before the call, and I can go in and I can check on the sales portal and see if they're upgrade eligible. Now I have 3 things I can pitch them in each and every call. So based on the conversation you have at the beginning, you can figure out what offer works best for your customers. Excuse me. Pardon me. You can make sure what offer works best for your customers and give them that best pitch. And then what's very important when you guys get done with the call. So let's say they say, yes, I actually do qualify for that. You set your appointment. Let's say they say, no, not interested. Remember, don't give up that first time. Pivot to a second sale opportunity. You can talk about Adelines. So if you need Adeline, I can get you a $200 phone for as low as $25. Now, what am I doing when I'm pitching my Adelines? I'm not just saying a $10 phone or a $5 phone or a $20 phone. I'm giving a high price and then a lower price because that shows value to your customers. If you say, any family who need Adeline, I get you a phone for $10. To many people's ears, that's going to ring as, oh, that's a cheap phone. Like, I don't know if I want a $10 phone. But if you say, I can get you a $200 phone for as low as $10, you're talking about the SRP price compared to the Adeline price, that perks their ears up. Then they're going to be like, oh, wow, that's actually a really good deal. Yeah, I might be interested. I might, and you never know, these customer situations may be changing. So you want to make sure, even if you know your customers or and not only on Smile and Dial call, but the same holds true from when they walk in your door. These pitches that I'm talking to you guys about for Smile and Dial, you should be pitching the same way to every customer in your door as well. Again, every interaction is critical. Sales is a numbers game. The more you guys are pitching, the more you're going to close. So when they're in your door, I guess I'm kind of taking it for granted. You should be pitching all these things. But if they're not in your door, you're making these phone calls, make sure you are pitching on all the options you guys have available. So very important after that call is dispositioning it. All right. So you've used your Griffin dialer, you scrubbed it, you made sure you're doing it accurately, you did the phone number, you did the PIN, and you've made your call and your pitch. Now, do not just hang up the call, go to your next call. You have to disposition on your phone and on the computer. For example, one of the ones, if you don't get a hold of anybody, it's did not reach. You would hit £2 on your phone, and then on the screen, you would see dial number 2, did not reach, first attempt, right? Then you click on disposition call. Okay. Now, The Griffin tool will allow you to call a customer 3 times before that lead's gone if you didn't reach them. I typically leave a voicemail my first message. If I make my second call or third call, maybe I'm not leaving 3 of the exact same voicemails, but always that first call, I'm leaving a voicemail. And again, the voicemail is very quick. It's my same script. So let's say, ring, 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 no one answers. Hey, how's it going? This is Adam over at Boost at 123 Main Street. You got your iPhone 11 from us. Just wanted to give you a courtesy call, check and see how your service was working. And then I had a couple great offers. We have it's called the Affordable Connectivity Plan. If there's anyone in your family who has SNAP-BRAKE or Medicaid, we could actually get you a second line of service to keep your bill exactly the same each month. So if you qualify for that, if you have any questions, please give us a call, come in and see us. And on top of that, we have an add-a-line offer where I can get you a $200 phone for as low as $15 currently. It's our great Halloween promo. Thank you so much for being our customer. We'll talk to you soon, right? Then I would hit £2 on my phone for did not reach, disposition it, and I would select option 2. So this is a really quick voicemail. Doesn't take a lot of time. You've given your quick pitch in there, and you will be shocked how many of these customers will call you back. When we're really cranking on Smile and Dial, and maybe you're calling during the day when customers are at work or they're busy or they don't know your number and they're not answering, but you leave that voicemail, they're going to call back. Hey, someone from your store called me about a promotion you have where I get a second line of service, keep my bill the same. It'll happen all the time. But again, key, you disposition that call on the phone and on the computer itself. Now, when you disposition on the phone and you hit pound, it'll say, please dial a number. Really important you do not do that. You must hang up between every call. Now, the Griffin dialer was built for outbound calling services. Like I said, Boost, we're the only one that have it, right? So a lot of these outbound calling services, all they're doing is making calls all day, which is why it kind of sounds that way, like please dial your next number. That's not the case for us with Boost. You have to hang up between each and every call. You have to reinsert that number. You have to reinsert your unique PIN for each customer you call and your campaign ID. Otherwise, your call is not dispositioned correctly, and that is tracked. Any of your managers or when we do your reviews, we'll see how many calls you made and if they were dispositioned correctly or incorrectly. And again, we don't want any risks from the FCC or any fines, so make sure you hang up between each and every call. And if a customer asks to be put on the do not contact list, you'll see that option for that when you disposition as well. You can hit £0 on your phone and then select option 0 on the report as well when you did for the disposition report, or you can also go into Elevate and just add it strictly to the do not contact list there also. All right, so Elevate Marketing, make sure you guys send this every single month. You're already paying for it. Get that word out there. Set up a landing page for your store to make it look unique. So if someone's searching for Boost stores online, they click on it, they see our newest promotions. We talked about the Smile and Dial program. Let's get back on top of it. 20 calls per day should be your goal. 10 at minimum. There's no reason you can't hit 10. Each call only takes you about a minute. So this is 10 minutes out of your day. If you're a slow store, you've got 10 minutes to make these calls. Even if you're a busy store, you got 10 minutes to make these calls. And let's make it 20 minutes because our goal is 20, not 10. All right, we talked about the Smile and Dial requirements. So making sure you have taken your new training that is out there for Smile for the DNC training, the do not call training. And then if you've never taken Smile and Dial training, you have to take that class as well. And we talked about how to place and disposition your outbound calls, which is very important to make sure these calls are closed out effectively. Again, best practice, smile every time you're making your call because it is infectious. They can hear that smile. It's going to be the best results. If you need to be disciplined at it, set a time when you're going to make calls. Like, hey, this is my slow time during the day between, 1 and 2 or between, 10 and 11 is when I'm going to be making my calls. Establish that rapport with your customers. Check those groups often. Again, they are updated every week. So if you think your leads are all out, there will be more leads loaded in next week. And that is all I have for this week. I'll open up. Are there any questions at this time? I don't see any questions in the chat box.
Yes, I have a question. You said after we do our Smile and Dials that we're just supposed to hang up the phone?
100%. So you disposition it. So let's say it's did not reach, right? So that's £2 on your phone, and option 2. And then yes, if you just hit £2 on your phone, you'll notice the system will say, please dial the next number. Very important, you do not just dial the next number. You must hang up between every call, or else you're, because what happens there, if you just dial the next number, you're not able to redial the 800 number, you're not able to scrub it, you're not able to enter your campaign ID. And so it seems like that's a fast way. We've seen a lot of dealers do this in error in the past, but that's going to show as dispositioned incorrectly because you are not actually scrubbing that lead. So very important you hang up between every call.
Okay, so always just make sure that we put the £6, £5, £4, whatever it is, and then hang the phone up. Okay.
Yep, you got it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? All right. Public service announcement, 1 week till Halloween. Get your costumes ready. Hope you guys have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Have a great week.
Have a great one.